Hello, my name is Danny and today I'm playing Skyrim. Now, the question I get asked probably the most in all my video comments is what sword am I using? And it seems that not many people know about Conjuration, so I thought I'd make this video as a response to that question. So, my answer is the sword that I'm using is a bound sword, which isn't actually a sword, but rather a magic spell. You see I'm going to Conjuration and bound sword. Creates a magic sword for 120 seconds, blah 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 blah. And yeah, basically you cast it out like this, equip it to your right or left hand. You can also dual wield it, if you want. And there you have it. It's a bound sword, looks pretty damn cool. It lasts a minute, unless you have a certain perk in the Conjuration tree which doubles it to 2 minutes. And you can also dual cast it to extend its duration to 4 minutes. And there are a couple of variations on this spell. You can see the bound bow and the bound battle axe. Yeah, so a couple of days ago, IGN posted a pretty interesting feature article on their front page. Basically, they were trying to get a demographic of the different ways people play this game. And you know, Skyrim is a game that's famous for being really open-ended and diverse in its ways in which you can play. Probably 1,001 ways to play this game. So I thought I'd make this video just to show you the ways that I've been playing it so far. Just quickly show you the battle axe, which is probably the coolest of all of them. I happen to use the one-handed specialization. Oh crap. Skeevers. Okay. Yeah, I'll show you what else Conjuration can do. It's actually quite a cool and I'd say underrated school of magic. I think when people decide to play a spellcaster in an RPG, they'll sit down and they'll just imagine like fireballs and lightning bolts. So most people, I'd say, would play Destruction. So yeah, I'll just show you some of the best Conjuration spells I have. This is Summon Dremora Lord. I think it's an expert level Conjuration. Okay, that's not meant to happen. Let me try that again. There we go. Okay, yeah, you can see the Dremora Lord, and this guy is boss. If you've seen any of my other videos, you can see that this guy can solo bosses. If you saw the Croesus video, he pretty much just soloed the boss by himself. I didn't have to resummon him. Only towards the end, I think. And when you master Conjuration, you're allowed to summon 2 at the same time. And ever since I got that, the game's just been so easy. Before that, let's just get rid of these guys, because you won't get these until later on in the game. Just kill them all. Yeah, so for most of the game I was using a bound sword and a shield. And the damage on the bound sword isn't great. The one-handed weapons you will find around the world are probably better in terms of damage. But they do have a special ability, which is that once you get certain perks for it, then the sword becomes super effective against other conjurers or other summoned creatures, because one hit will just banish any flame atronach or ice atronach or whatever. Let's see if I can find an example. Well, you saw an example when I desummoned my Daedras. It just took 1 hit, and that's how I destroy other people's summons as well. Particularly useful against dragon priests who do summon atronachs to help them. So yeah, this is the most basic level atronach you can summon. You get it at I think novice level or level 20 Conjuration. I can just desummon it with 1 hit because of the special ability. You can also summon a frost atronach, which is a depth level, I think, so it's like a mid-level one. The flame atronach is really fragile, but it does have the benefit of having ranged attacks, and it self-explodes, it self-destructs when it dies. The ice atronach has no ranged attacks, but it's quite meaty, and it's a good tank. But the best one of all is the storm atronach, which is kind of a fusion of the two. It has ranged attacks and it's quite meaty as well, and it has AoE attacks as well. So this is by far the best atronach, and it's the last one you get. And of course, you saw the Daedra princes that I summoned before. When you reach level 100, I think, you get special spells, because the typical Conjure Flame Atronach, for example, lasts a minute or 2 minutes or whatever. But when you get to level 100, you get Flamethrower, which you summon an Atronach permanently. It doesn't go away until it dies, which is pretty useful. And you can also raise zombies as well, but there are no corpses around here for me to raise. I could try raising that Skeever there. Dread zombie. Now the Skeever is under my command. So that's pretty nifty. And what else do we have? Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll show you the skill tree I've been using. As you can see, I'm pretty heavily invested in Conjuration. Towards the end, you get the talent to summon 2 summons at the same time. And you can upgrade bound weapon damage also. And what else do I have here? I have 1 point in Destruction, which I accidentally put. A couple in Restoration, because it's useful. A few in Enchanting. And the second most tree that is developed is probably the one-handed tree. And the reason I got this is because I found that I was getting one-handed skill just from using the bound sword that I was summoning for Conjuration. So yeah, I thought this would be a worthwhile investment, and it's worked out pretty well so far. My one-handed damage is not bad, and you might be thinking, as a light armor user, I shouldn't be engaged in melee combat, but that's the beauty of my summons, because they take all the attention away from me and I can just get free hits from the back. Now I'm going to try to take on that giant over there, which I think is the hardest monster in the game. And the last time I tried this, I got my ass walloped. But that was before I had 2 summons, so hopefully this time around I'll be able to take it down. So that was a lot easier than I expected. And also my guy is wearing the Archmage robes, which as far as I know are the best spellcaster robes in the game. The stats on it are just crazy good, and I don't see any other reason you wouldn't wear them as a spellcaster. Let's see, Archmage robes. All spells cost 15% less to cast, plus 50 magicka, and magicka regenerates 100% faster. So that's pretty boss, and you won't find a better, body armor than that for any spellcaster of any skull. And I'm also wearing one of the Dragon Priest masks with the Archmage robes. I have most of the masks here, and I use them interchangeably depending on the situation. But the reason I'm using the masks mainly is because you can't actually use any other headgear, as far as I know, in conjunction with the Archmage robes. If you try putting on any other headgear, for example the Nightingale hood, then it just derobes your character and exposing your character for all of Skyrim to see. What else do I have to show? Also, if you're curious on how to get the Dragon Priest masks, I have a series of videos explaining how I got all of these, showing the location and the abilities of each Dragon Priest. So yeah, that's how I played Skyrim. How do you play Skyrim? I'd like to know, so leave a comment in this section below, and subscribe for more Skyrim videos. Thanks for watching.